This is episode 79. G'day and welcome to the My Voice Notes series. This series came about because of you. So thank you. I was receiving feedback on how you enjoy the realness and rawness of my show and that you connect with my stories and experiences. So I decided to bite my fear on the bum and share with you my most personal series yet. I spend a lot of time reflecting and I usually record my thoughts in my phone, sort of like a journal. And now you will have access to that. Please leave me a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts if you enjoy this series, because my intention is to inspire you to break free of anything that holds you back and to know that you are not alone. All right, buckle up. Here we go. Hello, friends. Today is a biggie. It was a big shift and transition that I had to go through, and it is such a vulnerable episode for me, just because you'll hear my massive emotional charge in the voice notes. Today's episode is for those of you that have had a pet before, animal lovers, and learning how to deal with the loss of a pet, because it can be the most heartbreaking experience and one that causes overwhelming sadness, as you'll hear soon. And it can cause all sorts of negative emotions that may show up differently for everybody: anger, depression, stress, and they're all normal parts of the grieving process. You know, grief is very, very, very natural. It is such a natural part of being a human being because we deal with loss in our life, and we will continue to deal with loss in our life, especially with losing someone that has shared a part of our life. And the grieving process for a pet isn't that different to the grieving process of a human being. And there's no right or wrong way to respond to any of the emotions that you're experiencing. And when I recorded this voice note, it was literally just the morning after we had to put down our pet. So you'll hear that emotions were running high and the emotions were pouring out. So let's get into it, and I will see you at the end of the voice note. It's a hard day today. And I'm sure anyone that has lost a pet can understand the pain. So last night was the night that we had to put down the family dog, my brother's dog, who'd been in our life for a long time, and I don't deal well with saying goodbye. And so today I've just decided to take it slow, cancel most of my appointments, and just be gentle with myself. I've tried to record this 3 times and trying to get a grip, but I've just, excuse the intense emotions. Losing a pet, one of the best things that you can do is exactly what I'm doing today, and just letting yourself feel the emotions and just letting yourself go through the emotions and making sure that you've allocated time just so that you can process everything, because I'm sure you can agree that when you lose a pet from the home, it's like that beautiful spirit and soul, that beautiful energy gets sucked out of the home environment too. Practice self-compassion. So just be good to yourself. Engage in self-care, self-care, self-care. So today I forced myself up to join a friend's stretch class, a nice virtual stretch class, just to get my body moving, breathing, circulating. Also, I completed a really nice mantra meditation just to help clear out the mind. And just consider reflecting, talking, recording voice notes like I do, or journaling, just to let your emotions out. As you can hear, the tremble in my voice has sort of started to dissipate, and it's strictly just because of that, because I'm talking about it and letting it out of my body. Something to consider when you lose a pet is just removing the items from your home at your own pace, so there's no rush. And just, I always believe with the grieving process, just to take everything super slow and to nurture yourself with self-care, and to consider finding a way to memorialize your pet so that you can honor them, maybe creating things like a photo collage or a nice post, even on Facebook, which I did straight away, so that every single year she will pop up in my feed. There is no time limit to how long you grieve, so just throw that out the window. And I'm sending love to anybody else out there who has dealt with the loss of a pet. And if you need any support, feel free to reach out. That was the end of the voice note. And something freaky happened that night when I was asleep. The dog came into my dream, and she was so happy, and she was wagging her tail like, look, I can move now, because, you know, at the end she just couldn't walk anymore or go to the toilet, drink, you know, she just couldn't do anything. And I had the most surreal experience in the dream, and it was as if she was trying to say, I am happy. Don't cry, Helen. So I hope this episode helped you to see that emotions are very normal when it comes to the loss of a pet, and there's a lot of signs to grief if, you know, you have gone through the loss of a pet, like disbelief or difficulty sleeping, any sorts of stress or feelings of loneliness, crying, or even reluctance to cry. I'm a crier, so I always just, whenever there's a big shift or a loss like this, usually the next day is my big cry day. And I suppose the more loss that you experience, the more you recognize what your grieving process is. Another thing is that you can lose motivation in things when you're going through this process, even feelings of guilt. So if you are grieving, just be gentle with yourself, go slow. Try to take the next day or 2 or 3, whatever it is really, just try to take the next period of your life easy. And there's no need to just pretend that everything is all good when inside your heart you're missing someone special in your life. So a few beautiful things that you can do just to close off this episode is surround yourself with family and friends that understand. the special bond between a person and a pet. Share stories, look at cute videos or photos that you had, and just spend some time remembering, the beauty of that amazing pet that you had. Don't bottle things up. That's why I shared this episode. As hard as it was for me to share something so personal, I just wanted to give you permission as well not to bottle things up, and just to allow yourself to truly heal by facing the grief and actively dealing with it in a way that suits you. Look after yourself, as I did, cancelled lots of the appointments for the next day and just spent the day doing whatever it was that I did. I can't even remember. It's all a bit of a blur. And if you need to talk to anyone, reach out and ask for help. I'd love for you to share any of your experiences on my Instagram at Whole Health, which is HOL_health, or at Helen_Yuskovic, and just share with me any of the memories of your pet that you have, or what you liked about this episode. And if you have time, I would be absolutely grateful if you could leave a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts on your app, just to keep the show growing and keeping it alive. That's what Apple loves. They love reviews. And I just want to send you truckloads of love, lots of power and joy. Bye for now.